And we are finally live. And that was the funny look at me going dun, 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 because StreamYard takes its own sweet time. Hey, everybody, I am Haley Gray. I'm the group owner in the Women's Entrepreneur Network, and I have got an amazing guest with me tonight. This is Janice Means, and we are going to be talking about YouTube channels, because that is definitely something I am struggling with a little bit, working through growing my YouTube channel right now. Probably making every single mistake in the book twice. And just as I think I've got something figured out, a rule changes, something changes, just like every other platform out there. So welcome, Janice.
Thanks, Haley. Great to be here. And hopefully we can answer somebody's questions and have them struggle less than us.
That would be nice, right?
Yes.
So why would I want to start a YouTube channel? Or why would a business want a YouTube channel?
There's multiple reasons. One of them is the simple thing that if you have a YouTube channel that connects to your website, it helps your SEO for your home website, because YouTube is a domain authority that validates websites and looked at as a good SEO validator.
There you go.
The second one is you have a lot of content to share. And you can organize it on YouTube, whereas with it's just on Facebook, it goes hither, yither, yon. And if somebody wants to listen to things in order, you can organize it in YouTube, and people can listen to things in order by using playlists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been one of my big reasons for doing the YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm working towards monetizing, but oh my gosh, when I post something on Facebook or I do a live on Facebook, it goes hither, thither, yon. There's no good way to organize playlists or videos or anything else. And it just goes out into the great wild blue yonder, and good luck indexing that sucker. Versus, okay, I take the same video, I put it over on YouTube as part of a playlist. I can do a few things to it to drive traffic back to my website. I can add some search engine optimization so somebody outside of my Facebook group can watch it.
That's a big word.
It's amazing to me. I mean, it's basically getting extra mileage out of the work I'm already doing.
Yeah. And you can reuse that content on other platforms more easily, because they trust a link from YouTube over a link from Facebook. They don't want their traffic to end up on Facebook, but they're okay if you use that traffic from YouTube, because they are pretty sure you're going to come back. So using it on LinkedIn or what have you, they like it better than a Facebook link anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Social media platforms don't much seem to like one another's links very much.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I had one more reason that you might want a YouTube channel, which you alluded to, and is that the desire to monetize it. So we can probably jump to that question about monetization.
Yeah. What exactly is monetization for our audience? Because a lot of people when I've mentioned the words monetization, I think they get really confused and they don't know what monetization means.
So basically, it's a way to make money through the channel. But there's a couple of different ways you can make money. Right now, you're looking to use monetization by hitting the thresholds for Google to pay you for the ads they place on your videos. YouTube has rules to reach that level before they'll start paying you for the ads they put. They used to not put ads on people who hadn't reached that threshold, but now they put ads everywhere. But so you want to get paid because they're invading your space, so you might as well get paid for that. But they have thresholds for that. But you also can get paid other ways on your YouTube channel. If you have a decent sized following, but it doesn't quite reach the YouTube threshold, you could have people sponsor a podcast. You could have people sponsor. You could actually go onto the YouTube and tell about a product and sell a product through that channel. So there's ways to get paid if you have a good following. Another way is, example here, we're doing this podcast. You're very popular. There could be a desire in the future where people pay you to be your guest.
Yep, absolutely. And I could charge people to be my guest, or do a paid placement, or a lot of things. Paid product reviews, affiliate marketing, lots of different ways to monetize it, and grow it and make some money off of it. And what's cool about that from my perspective is it allows me to put more high quality content out in a way that I can share, that I can afford to keep doing that if I'm getting paid to do it.
Exactly. Some people won't put their content that's the most valuable out there until they reach a certain level. But if you put your most valuable content out there, then people are going to trust you more and come say, okay, I heard this, I understand it, but I cannot do it myself. Please help me. So there becomes a point of what point do you put that valuable content out there? And you're already there doing that for everyone. Might as well get paid.
Yeah, I love it. So what is a good channel title?
So there's usually two different ways to look at the channel title. I like the channel title that aligns with your website or your brand. So they link together and it creates the mutual SEO for both the YouTube channel and your website and your brand. Another good way to do the YouTube channel, though, is to talk about the keywords that you're trying to talk about. So if you can get a channel name that has your keywords in it, it has it more easily found. YouTube will show it as a suggested recommendation if somebody's looking on that topic. So there's two ways to look at it. If your brand is known, use your brand name. If your topic is more known, use your topic name.
Yeah, totally. So what does SEO mean from a YouTube channel perspective? What can it do?
Well,
why do I want it? How do I do it?
So the SEO that it provides for you for your regular website is because it creates a good link. And so one of the ways Google rates and provides organic search engine optimization, other talking to it, is by having links to websites from websites it trusts. So it creates trust since Google owns YouTube, hence it trusts YouTube. Mm-hmm. Kind of implicit there. But another way that it creates SEO is by using those keywords in titles and descriptions. So when you're trying to search for words that are searched for a lot, it looks through descriptions and titles for those keywords, which is all what SEO is taking keywords and saying, where do I find these words that occur, and look through it. So the more often those words show up, the more often it's going to be seen.
Yep. So should I turn on the link to my website?
I say yes. I think it's valuable.
Why would somebody say no?
For some reason that their actual website doesn't link to the channel per se. The topic might be riskier in the YouTube channel and they don't want that channel to be associated with their website. There are probably some other reasons, but that's mostly what I have experienced. What I recommend is if that channel really doesn't have anything to do with your website's topic.
Okay, fair enough.
Or if you got a bad website. I mean, if you got a bad website, you don't want it to go to your website.
No, you don't. Mm-mm. So do I need a banner on my YouTube channel?
I recommend yes. What that banner does is gives a visual. Most people watching videos are visual, and so it gives you a visual identity that links your brand together. Hopefully in there that your banner has something that is branded towards colors, logo, what have you, so that when you're seeing it on multiple devices, you're seeing the right channel, it links over to your website, links over to your social media, what have you. It's creating the brand consistency.
Yeah. And I'm going to guess that you should change that header banner just like you do a Facebook group banner or other social media banners as well.
Yeah, periodically, yes, but keep the logo embedded. Something, make it consistent so that they know that you're the right channel.
Make sure that your branding is consistent.
Yes.
Totally. So how do you come up with a good description for a YouTube channel?
So the description of the YouTube channel, you want to share what the content's going to be about, what the person believes, what they're going to learn by being there, what they're going to experience, what they're going to action be. You don't want the keywords to be completely in description though, because YouTube does provide another place that it indexes for keywords. So don't use hashtags in descriptions for the channel.
Where do you put the hashtags?
You put the hashtags in the video description. And a key tip, now this is a question I had for you because I didn't notice this on your channel, but I've seen it on other people's channels. The first 3 hashtags that you put in the description actually land above the title of the video. So you can have up to, I think it's 14 hashtags. I always recommend people stay at 10 or 12 or fewer hashtags, because if you do more than that, then YouTube ignores them all. But it takes those first 3, and that's another way you could organize your content. If you have a story that you're trying to tell and you want the videos to go together, but they don't have to play together, you could create a unique hashtag for your own videos to group them together. So when people click on that hashtag, they all come up.
That's cute. Yeah, we're still working through hashtags and playlists and other fun stuff. Because fun fact with my YouTube channel, I broadcast my lives over there, and then I throw a few other videos up there for fun. But we're still, my team is scrambling to keep up with me. So how do you feel about the cover graphics for YouTube videos?
I like them if they're a theme. So one of the channels I worked with somebody, they're a healing center. And so she had a couple of different types of videos that she would do on a weekly basis. And when we used the covers, what happened was then you could tell which videos went together because we used the same cover on them, but they would have a different number or a different name. So it gives them a way to show how they link together.
Some kind of visual continuity.
Yes.
So what are mistakes that you see people making on YouTube?
Well, they don't name the video anything that means anything. For example, the channel I was working with, she would put the name of the video as the date she recorded it. Now, I didn't want to go in and rename all that, so I made sure her descriptions were better. But that title is what is searched more than the description. So you need a good title. So bad titles, not having any description whatsoever. They leave the description completely blank. Not knowing that they spend all this time.
I'm like just going, okay, I need to go check mine.
Some people then they're gung-ho about monetization, and they get the channel and they spend all this effort and tons of money to get video production, and their videos are great, but they have 35 subscribers. And I'm like, you know that if you want to monetize this, you got to hit 1,000, but you need
4,000 hours of views. That's a lot of hours of video editing.
Yeah, it is.
Initially, unless you've got deep pockets.
Yeah. And
like real deep pockets.
Yeah. So those are some of the mistakes I've seen. Or they get gung-ho, they spend all the money on the channel getting set up, and they only have an idea for 2 videos, and they have 2 videos and they never do any more.
Ooh.
I've had that happen several times.
And then they spend like thousands of dollars producing the 2 videos and then they're done?
Yep.
Ouch.
Yes, exactly.
I'm the complete polar opposite.
Yes, you have lots of videos, but that's good. You have good content. So, we can watch them.
I'm just giggling though. I'm like, yeah, I do everything the bass backwards kind of way, but it's all good. Yes. So like, when you're looking on YouTube for videos, what are you looking to find?
So usually I like how-to videos. That's what I personally watch on YouTube. I watch music videos. I don't watch a lot of videos that are educational that aren't how-to, but that's just my personal thing.
Right.
When I was helping the woman with her healing channel, she had a lot of meditation videos, which I thought were awesome. But a couple of them, the meditation didn't start till 30 minutes into the video. So when I was loading channels and doing stuff, I put a note, meditation actually starts at minute whatever. because somebody's searching for a video that wants to meditate. I'm like, okay, they're not going to want to sit through 30 minutes of yakking to get to, all right, time to close your eyes and visualize. That's at minute 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a little off-putting.
Yeah.
So you're basically, so one of the tips I'm picking up from you is make sure that your title and your description and your content all match.
Yes. Yes. That doesn't mean to say you can't have different topic areas within your channel. Leverage your playlist to organize. I have this group of meditation videos, and then I have this group of health tips that while they're both in the health field, they're totally two different sets of tips that could attract two different audiences. Leverage the playlist to organize them, but keep them both under the same channel because you increase your number of subscribers, and there could be crossover in those end users, those clients, those YouTube watchers. But they can hit the playlist and go through the content.
Yeah, that's a good one. So like, tell me a little bit more about like what all it is that you do with YouTube channels, because I'm kind of curious.
So mostly I help them with the nuts and bolts. They've got these videos that they spent all this money to, and they don't even know how to upload them. So I will help them create the banner, talk them through that, help them create the what's the little profile pic. Usually I put my logo there. Some people put a picture there, whatever leads you to, but a profile pic or a logo. So I help them with the mechanics of getting it up. Because most of the people I work with, they do the videos. They have lots of videos. They either did a whole bunch of Facebook Lives and saved them there, or they were doing podcasts already, but they want to put them on the YouTube channel. I help, and then I teach them to do it themselves. Because most of the people I work with, if they can do the videos live themselves, they just need the education of how to upload it and turn on comments. One of the things that comes up is people will think because their content is GP, they'll say it's for kids. And if you click that button, that's a big no-no, because if you say it's for kids, you can't have any comments. If you want to have comments, you have to say that it's, not for kids. And then you can have the option to turn on comments, whether they're moderated or not, or what have you. But that's another big mistake that happens is people think, well, there's nothing bad in my content. Why can't kids watch it? Well, if you want comments, you can't market that.
Interesting. So I had a question, and this shows up kind of in some of the info that we were talking about beforehand. So I do WEN-Talk events, and I have other people on my channel. So, or I'm on other people's channels and I'm getting interviewed by them. How can I, show those as part of my own channel or part of my own playlists?
That's actually what most of my own personal channel is you just can create a playlist, and you can have multiple playlists however you want them. But I have a playlist that's named where I guest starred on another person's podcast. And you take that URL from their YouTube channel and you put it into the playlist, and it goes into your playlist order. And then you can put additional comments in there. You can put additional information in there. Now, it does count for the other YouTube's view hours and the other YouTube's views, but it's a good way to organize. You want to see information about me. I'm trying to market myself. I'm going to be a speaker on your thing. Here's some samples of where I did before, and you could give them the playlist.
I love that. Yeah. And, it allows you to, to play nice with others.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Here's where I've been seen. So you're promoting yourself and the other person as well. So that's kind of a pro tip. So, one of the things too that I see a lot is, people will interview somebody like on a YouTube channel or on a Facebook Live. What is the general etiquette if you're on somebody's YouTube channel or on their live as far as promotion and linking and stuff?
Mostly whatever their etiquette is, you get permission for them. Hey, can I share it? Most interviewers love for you to promote them, share that you've been on their channel, because it's a mutual exposure. You're getting exposed to their people and they're exposing to your people. So the more you promote, and who knows, maybe you'll get more subscribers because that person was on your channel. So it's mutual benefit.
Absolutely. What is your YouTube channel?
It's Marketing with JR, but I don't know that. Sorry, I don't remember, because the only videos I have one video that I recorded about something I was going to do. And then I have links for all the channels I've done. I've helped a whole bunch of other people with their channels. I'm the cobbler's child. My shoes are weak.
I feel you. Yeah, that's my business too.
Yeah, it's Marketing with JR, and there's videos where I've interviewed talking about, sometimes I've talked about YouTube, sometimes I talked about SEO. I didn't think to grab it. It's Marketing with JR.
Cool. Go find Janice. Go connect with her. So, like, what would be your top 3 tips for somebody who's wanting to start a YouTube channel?
Is write down the purpose of the channel, what your goals are for the channel, and define a budget for what I'm going to put into it. And that budget doesn't have to be all monetary. It could be time. Do I have time to, put into the channel? What's the purpose of the channel? Do I have an audience for them? So those are probably the 3.
Yeah, that budget, that time budget is important, because I see a lot of people go, oh, I have to be on all the platforms.
No.
Every single platform, every single account you start has a time commitment, and it can eat you alive.
Yeah, I do. When I do online audits for people, I a lot of times will say, delete that, and they'll look at me, but I'm like, you know what? A Facebook page with no posts since 2012 does not help you. Make it go away. So if you have a YouTube channel, yes, my YouTube channel is low, but the number of links I keep adding to the playlist increases significantly. So there's value in it to me, even though I'm not promoting it to other people. It keeps me organized, but I'm not using it as a promotion. I'm using it as a tool to organize so I can share with people, because I more care about live speaking than recorded speaking. But given COVID, we're all recording.
We're all doing Facebook Lives. We're all doing YouTube Lives. We're all doing videos.
Yeah. So that's my own.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So guys, go check out Janice Marketing with JR. What is your website?
marketing-with-jr.com. Yes, I know the dashes aren't the best thing in the world, but some guy in Australia is marketing-with-jr.com with no dashes, but he hasn't touched his page since 2015. And I keep trying to get the URL, and he wants big bucks for it. So
that's the cobbler's children, right?
Yes, I took the dashes. I tried the dot solutions for several years, and people kept trying to do .solutions.com. And I'm like, okay, no, that's not it. It ends in .solutions. And it was like, okay, forget it. The dashes are less painful than the .solutions.
Isn't it funny how people work?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. This is awesome information. If you're trying to build a YouTube channel, check out Janice, talk to her. If you're trying to get set up, I know a lot of people get really frustrated by the whole setup thing. So cool.
I have a question for you that we didn't talk about, but I know that you were working hard towards that, is getting the custom or vanity URL for your YouTube channel. There's rules. And the first rule is 100 subscribers and 30 days. And I know you've passed all that. You did get it then. Okay.
I did. I'm kind of lazy about using the vanity URL because sometimes you have to go hunt it down to find it to share it, but I do have it.
So I know you had, do you know which rule was holding you back? Because I know you hit your 100 subscribers and it wasn't letting you change it yet. Do you know what it was waiting for?
I don't.
You just kept trying until they gave it to you, huh?
Yeah, and I think that it may have been also that I just wasn't looking in the right place, because YouTube has been a really new channel for me. So, I think a lot of people look at me and go, oh, well, you know everything about every platform. And they're all changing all the time. So we're constantly figuring out the changes on any given platform at any given time. So I think that I just eventually looked in the right place and got it changed.
There was a big change in YouTube at the end of December sometime. The whole studio thing.
Yeah,
Like
I saw that.
I was in the middle of working with somebody's channel in December. There was no such thing as studio. And then all of a sudden there's this studio thing rolled out. So that could have been part of that change as well. That why you couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden it was there. Studio changed things.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that the whole rollout, that they probably froze some stuff beforehand. And then, you know, studio changed it and then probably enabled things that weren't there before. That wouldn't surprise me because I saw things pop into existence when studio came into existence for me.
Yeah. And so yeah, you probably created your channel right when in the middle they were planning to launch and had things turned off for a while. So.
Yeah, I was going pretty slow with it for a bit until we started really playing with it in earnest. But it's growing well. I'm happy.
That's good.
I'm actually more focused on view hours right now than some actual subscribers, although I'm definitely trying for my subscribers. But I know that the view hours is going to be the doozy.
Do you know?
It's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views in the last 12 months.
I don't condone this, but I noticed that on Fiverr and Upwork and those channels, you can get your view hours and your subscribers overseas. I don't recommend anybody do it. I tell people to shy away from that.
Buying followers on Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, it gets you in the end.
It always gets you in the end. I actually had a client who had hired a marketing agency that was getting them Google reviews, and they were getting Google reviews from people that were not US based, and it's a US based company. So there's no way that they were actually clients. And they had their Google My Business taken down after they'd gotten 167 reviews, most of them fraudulent. So I'm just a big believer in not paying for views for hours or followers or any of that kind of stuff, because it always does get you in the end. Yeah. Yeah, Maria says it doesn't work. You see the spike and then it drops and then they unsubscribe and then you're left holding the bag.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So don't do it. It's more that if you see it, don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ideas that I see people do online, you know, bots galore on Facebook and LinkedIn. Don't do them.
I hate bots.
Bots on Twitter, bots on Instagram, bots on every platform. Avoid the bots. Avoid the bot followers and the bot hours. It never ends well.
No, it does not. So don't.
And can result in the suspension of your account,
which is very hard to get back. Very hard.
Especially once you put a lot of hours and time and effort and energy into that, you know, that thing, and then it's gone.
Well, especially too, if they had 25 good reviews that were US based, that were legitimate, they've lost those as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and that 25 good ones is valuable. You know, they can ask their current customers, they can create a follow-up process for their own customers that will turn things around as they go forward.
Absolutely. And Maria says, I agree, the organic reach is better. It takes longer, but any good business growth takes time. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and this is one of those things where I think that so many times we don't, you know, we try for the quick and easy fix and it's just doesn't work well. It always bites you in the butt.
Yeah.
People always ask me, you know, how do I grow my Facebook group faster? Can I, you know, do this? Can I do that? Why do I have to? Well, it sounds like it's going to take a lot of work. And I'm like, yeah, it does.
It does.
You're either going to pay in dollars or you're going to pay in effort.
Yep.
And sometimes both.
And usually the organic is so much better. You know, everybody's looking for that. I want to go viral. How do I go viral? And, you know, you never know. You never know.
There's a simple way to do it that most people agree on. You keep producing content until you get lucky once.
Yep. And that's exactly.
You just have to keep swinging at it. And eventually something will catch, people will love it, and it will go.
Yes.
And you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah. Maria says, I get the same questions all the time. There's no instant anything. No, there's really not. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in. There's no instant perfect way to do it. And I think that, you know, one of the things I see a lot of times in the online space is people are like, well, how do I get to blah, blah, blah in this amount of time? And I'm like, well, you've got to take that many swings in that amount of time. So, you know, you're either doing, you know, summits or driving traffic or SEO, you're doing the things to drive the traffic and getting the numbers. And it's just a game of numbers and, you know, being smart about how you're generating those leads.
It's right. And it can't be your only answer. If you're going to grow a business, online can't be the only answer, even though, you know, this is where we are and talking about it. Online is not your only resource. There's other networking, there's other advertising, there's other things to do. Where else is your audience that needs to grow? And everybody's fascinated by, I got a funnel to do this and a funnel to do that. But if you don't have any traffic going to that funnel, it doesn't matter.
No, and if you don't have the right traffic going to that funnel and it's not the right funnel, you have to have the right traffic in the right funnel at the right time.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons I see a lot of businesses fail. A lot of efforts fail. Anyway, but I digress. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This has been really, really helpful. I hope people will enjoy the information and walk away with quite a bit out of it.
And they can always ask questions. You know, I'll be following the comments on there. And Haley, is it okay once I get the link to this that I put it on my channel as well and share?
Please.
Okay.
Please. Absolutely.
To listen to your other content, because I know you do awesome interviews with lots of really knowledgeable people. And of course, you yourself give lots of great information.
Thank you. Yeah. And Maria says for Facebook, after 2,000 members in a group, it starts to speed up after that time, provided you have good content. Yes, it measures a lot of things, your SEO and your engagement rates and your numbers, and then it starts recommending it. Yep. Somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 is about the number I see right now. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.